episode 38 of the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, a podcast all about knitting and crocheting and whatever other crafty rabbit hole I decide to go down. I'm your host, Ashley, coming at you from New Jersey, where I live with my husband, my 3 sons, and my little black cat, who constantly makes his appearances and is a big pain in my butt. Anyway, I am the owner and dyer behind Gatti Yarn Co. You can find all of my yarn on Etsy as Gatti Yarn Co. You can also find me on Instagram as Gatti Yarn Co. and on Ravelry as AM Gatti. Yeah, it is Thursday, September 26th, currently 10 something in the morning. My big guys are at school. Keith just left for work. The baby is napping, so I figured it's been a bit, so let's jump in. We'll do a little bit of admin-y stuff first, and then I think we can cruise. So first things first, I am hosting the Halloween sock along over on Instagram. All you have to do is use the hashtag Halloween sock along 2024. Knit or crochet any kind of socks out of Halloween themed yarn or a Halloween themed pattern, and those are the only rules. Whips are allowed. The goal is to just make as many Halloween socks as possible between now and October 31st. Yeah. Tag me at Gatti Yarn Co. in your posts if you post along with the hashtag, because I'm noticing I'm not really seeing anything in the hashtag unless people just aren't using the hashtag. But either way, if you want to be sure I will see your socks, tag me. That's that. Clubs have all been delivered, so I'm going to show this month's Lord of the Rings and Taylor Swift clubs. October's clubs go up October 1st at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The Lord of the Rings club for October is inspired by the Balrog of Morgoth, and the Taylor Swift club for October is inspired by the song Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. So, let me just do some shop stuff. The cat is gonna drive us nuts, guys. Do not knock that over, sir. If you're a little shaky, it's because he's being a pain in the butt. Anyway, this is September's Lord of the Rings Club 111th birthday party. I'm kind of obsessed with how this came out. Like, it better than I imagined. Okay, Licorice, I love you. Goodbye. The Taylor Swift Club for September, I dyed myself up a sweaters quantity, and I have a sweater sitting in my queue that I will start with this eventually, but I'm not going to talk about that now because I've got other sweaters I'm working on. But this was the September Taylor Swift Club, inspired by the song Gorgeous. Came out so good, guys. I'm obsessed. Like I said, can't wait to start that sweater. But it's down the road. Anywho, moving right along. Week and a half ago, we put a new colorway in the shop inspired by Beetlejuice, titled Ghost with the Most. So this is available in the shop currently. Not sure how many are left. And we also restocked the ever so popular Headless Horseman. So I believe there's 4 of these in the shop right now. So if you had your eye on Headless Horseman, it has been restocked. Like I said, Ghost with the Most is a new Beetlejuice inspired colorway. And I talked about clubs. I think that's all the admin. Sorry, peeking on the baby. Moving right along. No Jensen Ackles cup today, guys. Instead, we've got this new spooky Headless Horseman mug that I found at Home Goods because I'm drinking tea. Because Keith and I have been hit with some kind of like minor cold, so like I've been drinking all the tea I can get. Anyway, that's all the admin mumbo jumbo. Let's jump into the episode proper, starting with the 2 FOs that I have. Yeah, Licorice, I love you so, so much. You're the sweetest little boy in all the land, but I'm going to need you to move. So, first up, I finished Keith's socks. So, these are just a pair of shorties that I knit out of my This Is Halloween mega sock set. So I did both the cuffs in black, the different heels and the different toes, and the striping on the foot, because he really wanted the ones like my scrappy stripy socks out of this, but he doesn't like tall socks. So I made it work. Anyway, I knit these toe up, magic loop, US size 1, 2.25 millimeter needles. I follow Allison of Lofty Loops tutorial for how she casts on. These are 72 stitch socks, so I increase each needle from 16 stitches to 36 stitches, and then I think I do 80 rounds for the foot, fish lips kiss heel, 10 rounds for the cuff, 10 rounds for the leg. So yeah, that's all there really is to say about these. I busted out the sock blockers for you guys today. Trying to be a little professional over here. Anyway, now it's time for the best FO of all time. It is done. You guys, the folklore cardigan. Wait, let me find the shoulder seam. Man, I did such a good job, I can't even find the seams. The folklore cardigan is done. Oh, isn't she beautiful? I would put it on right now, but I don't think it will work with this shirt that I'm wearing. But took me 9 months to knit her, but she is done. And I washed her already, and I've worn her a couple times, and she is just so cozy. I love it so much. I love it so much. So, this is the folklore cardigan from Lion brand. It's a free pattern, and I knit it out of, I know for a fact that the cream is Loops and Threads Impeccable in the Aran colorway, and the black is, I think, Lion brand Heartland, and whatever their black for that line is. But yeah, I knit it on the called for needle in the pattern, which was a US 9, and oh, I'm so happy. I can't even tell you guys how happy I am to have this thing off the needles. It was becoming just a stressful thing. But it's done, and it can go back in my closet, and I can wear her always. Yeah. So that's it. Those are the only FOs I have. I have a whole bunch of whips, though, because I couldn't help myself from casting on basically everything in the universe. What? You're such a baby. I need you not in my lap, though, Bubby. Yes, I know. You're so cute. Oh, thank you. You know, people don't come here to watch you. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. If you're going to sit on me, you're going to have to lay down. Oh, shut up, baby. You're the baby. The baby. What's the baby? Okay. You're really going to make this difficult, aren't you? Can you just lay? I love you. What if I, like, move you, though? Okay. Even better. Sorry. You guys know if you've been here before. He's a nuisance. I love him, but he's a nuisance. Okay. Moving right along. Let's jump into whips. Yeah. The first one, living in my Gigantor Spider-Man bag, is my Doodle Cowl by Jamie Lomax of Pacific Knit Co. And, yeah, I'm knitting all of this out of Knit Picks Brava Sport in a variety of colors. But since we last spoke, I added in this white and purple bat chart. And I've started a vampire chart. Yeah. I was having a lot of issues because, I don't know, the cord length I picked when I started this was just like killing my hands. So I haven't really picked it up. But I changed needle or cords, and I'm hoping that helps with like hand pain. So I'm hoping to get more of this done throughout the month of October, because I don't really foresee myself finishing this in time for Halloween, but I don't care. I mean, guys, look at my shirt. Like, it's Halloween always for me. Licorice, hey. Hello, please stop scratching that. Thank you. If you guys have cats, you probably get it. You know. Anyway, this is my Doodle Cowl. Nothing too crazy since the last time we talked. I made the mistake of bringing it with me to knit night last week and then had to like rip out and redo a bunch of stitches because I can't talk and do color work at the same time. But that was my bad. Because I thought, hey, 2 hours of uninterrupted time to work on my project. Forgetting that we do a lot of chit-chatting. So that was a me problem. I might have had more done on the vampire had I not brought this to knit night. But that's neither here nor there. Moving right along. Next project, which is living in this adorable bluey bag from Katie's Randomness, is my muscle burra that I'm knitting for Keith. Pattern is by Isolde Teague. I think pretty much everybody at this point knows about the muscle burra. But anyway, yeah, I'm knitting it out of woolen vinyl in her classic rock sock base, which is in 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards per 100 grams in the EVH colorway. I bought this yarn because Keith's favorite guitar player of all time is Eddie Van Halen, and this is inspired by his Frankenstrat. So yeah, this yarn was always destined to be a muscle burra for Keith, and I finally cast it on the other day, well, a couple weeks ago now actually. And yeah, I'm knitting the adult medium on US 3 needles, and yeah, I'm just cruising through the stockinette portion of the hat, like my little stitch marker from Simply Serving, I believe. I'm gonna have to put a progress keeper in this when I go downstairs. But yeah, this is my mindless car knitting, so this kind of goes with me when we run errands and stuff, or if I just need to work on something where I don't need to think. But it's cruising. It'll be done when it's done. Keith's not picky about when things get finished and when they don't and all that jazz, so I'm not too stressed about it. That's all there really is to say about that. Next thing is licorice. I realize most of these things that I'm talking about in this episode are all things that were cast on since the last episode. Yeah. So, anyway. Next whip is living in, I believe it's this one. In this bag that I made myself. I'm debating bringing bags to the shop, guys. Like, what do you think about that? Yay? Nay? Let me know. But anyway, these are my Serene socks by Kim Craddock of 3 by the Sea Designs. And I'm knitting this out of the 3 by the Sea Designs Grim Grinning Ghosts sock set, which I pre-ordered last year. And yeah, I'm cruising. I'm doing the size medium, right? Yeah, the 64 stitch count. US 1, 2.25 millimeter needle, Xiaogu red lace. You guys know the drill. I'm gonna put this progress keeper in here because I was actually prepared with these. And this is actually the progress keeper that came with these socks. So anyway, yeah, I'm cruising. I'm not quite sure how long I'm gonna make the leg on these, but they're super relaxing, fun knit, and I'm enjoying it, and they look great. This yarn is fantastic. I want to say this sock set is on, am I right? Is it the Sanibel base? Hey, I was right. On their Sanibel base, which is fingering weight 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Full skein has 463 yards per 100 grams. The mini skein is 92 yards per 20 grams. So yeah, this is part of my Halloween sock along. We're cruising. Not much to say about those, honestly, except for that. Because, man, when I knit socks, it's all a lot of the same over and over and over again. But yeah, let's keep cruising. I'm trying not to make this episode too long because it's very busy times and I need to edit and upload this today also, so we're gonna see how that goes because I actually have to do work for my real job. Not my real job, but like my big girl job. We'll talk about all that in life stuff. But anyway, we're gonna keep cruising. Living in this bag I made myself is another pair of socks for the Halloween sock along. Licorice. Hey, stop. So these I'm knitting out of the Headless Horseman colorway. Oh no, I really wrote that down wrong. I think I checked the tag. From Polka Dot Creek. It's a 50-gram sock set, self-striping yarn. It's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 230 yards per 50 grams. And it came with a 20-gram mini. So I am making myself, I know we talked about this, I don't know if it was in the last episode or episode before that, but we talked about how I want more shorty socks in my life. So I cast on some shorties out of these Polka Dot Creek yarn, because I have a whole bunch of it. And yeah, it's ready for the heel. I just have been distracted by many other things and have not started the heel. So I do my shorty socks for me the same way I do Keith's. I just do them cuff down instead of toe up. So 10 rounds of 2x2 ribbing for the cuff and 10 rounds for the leg. And then I do a heel flap and gusset, and then the foot and the toe and all that jazz. So it's just waiting for a heel. I could probably do this today. I probably should do this today, because once I get through the heel and the gusset on my shorties, they fly, and like these socks could be done. It's just a matter of me wanting to work on the two big projects, which I'm about to talk about instead. So, but same as always, I knit those Magic Loop US 1 2.25 millimeter needle, Chiago red lace. You guys know the drill by now. Anyway, all right, okay, I'm gonna rearrange how I have things written, because one of the big projects that I've been working on that I like only want to work on will lead me into acquisitions. So we're gonna flip really quick. We're gonna talk about a new start, then we're gonna talk about the two big projects that I really just can't stop working on. So this is the only crochet that I'm working on right now, living in this giant Disney bag, which the folklore cardigan used to be living in. And it's not much. I'm gonna show you guys, and you're gonna be like, Ashley, what is that? Hey, it's right now looking like a big giant strip, because that's all it is right now. But this is going to be what I am calling my Night Court blanket. It is the Night Court Mountain logo blanket, crochet blanket by Bookish Graphgans on Etsy. And I pulled out a whole bunch of cream colored yarn from my stash and some black yarn for the logo when I get to it. And yeah, I'm working this up on a 5mm Furls crochet hook, which is an H. And yeah, that's really pretty much it, because there's not much to say, because I haven't even hit the color work yet, because I said to myself, oh, this is going to be a great, easy kind of crochet project. It's 2 colors, simple color work, like nothing insane, like the Night Court insignia. It's like not like it's hard. And then I didn't realize how long 163 stitches across in single crochet would take me per row. So I really thought I was going to be at the color work by now. But yeah, but this has been my football project. When we watch football on Sundays, I've been working on this, because it's just like, because I'm not at the color work yet and I'm just back and forth single crochet, like it's good when I'm watching my Giants, who actually won this week, which was, yeah, wasn't expecting that one. Anywho, okay, now we're gonna switch gears back to the knitting, to the big projects that I've been dying to work on. And yeah, so living in this bag from Stolen Minutes is my Spring Court sweater by Tristan of Dragonhort Yarn. Now I'm calling it my Moody Spring Court because I'm making some modifications, and yeah, so first of all, here she is. We're in, to the color, if I could hold it so you could see. We're into the color work. The main color is her Myth fingering base, 75-25 superwash merino nylon, 463 yards per 100 grams. And this red is in her vampiric colorway. I don't know how well you can see because the lighting is kind of poopy today because it's really, really cloudy and rainy and gloomy outside, and I don't have ring lights, so we're working with it. But this color here, this dark gray, is Midnight Rituals, and then the Surrey Alpaca is her nymph base, I want to say. Yeah, nymph Suri base. 74% baby Suri alpaca, 26% silk, 328 yards per 50 grams. And this is the colorway Obsidian Salt. And that's all I want to do is work on this. That's all I want to do. So my plan for it is, because the original spring court sweater is cropped with 3/4 length sleeves, I ordered enough yarn where I could follow the same measurements as, like, for the length of the sleeves and the length of the body as the autumn court sweater. Licorice. Because I am not a cropped girly. It does not work for me. I don't like how I look in it. Listen, we've had this discussion here before. I've had 3 children. Cropped does not work for me, generally. So, my plan is to lengthen both the body and the sleeves. We'll see. I'm definitely going to lengthen the body. If I don't have enough yarn to lengthen the sleeves, it's not the end of the world. I don't mind 3/4 length sleeves or even bracelet length. But I just definitely want the body lengthened. So that's what we're doing. And we're making it moody, and it's going to be beautiful when it's done. You guys, I just can't. Oh, okay. I am knitting it on the called for needles. So the smaller needle size is US 2, bigger needles is US 4. And we're cruising. We're cruising. All I want to do is work on this and the next project that I'm going to be talking about, which is why nothing else gets done. I also need to relax because I've just been casting on with reckless abandon, and I need to not be doing that because I keep getting overwhelmed with my whips, but apparently cast-on-itis me doesn't care about that. So anyway, this is the last whip I have to talk about, and then we'll move into reading and acquisitions and all. Actually, this will pull us into acquisitions. So, living in this bag from Midwest Stitches is my Rizzo blouse from Poison Girls. Oh, I should say, actually, my I'm knitting size 4 on the spring court. So this cardigan, I'm knitting the size, or cardigan, sweater, I am knitting the size medium. And I'm knitting it on its called for needles, which is currently a US size 3, and then the smaller needle is a US size 2. And I just joined the fronts this morning. Isn't she beautiful, guys? And I'm knitting this out of one of my recent acquisitions that we talked about last time. And this is out of Ruby and Rose's yarn in her soft rose base, right? Yeah, which is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 437 yards per 100 grams. And it is in the colorway Lavender Haze, which was part of her Taylor Swift collection. But, you guys, I can't. And this seed stitch here, I am just, like, itching to get this joined in the round so that I can, like, just go on it, because it is a short-sleeved, semi-cropped top. Now, I know we just talked about how I hate cropped things, but this is a vintage-inspired pattern, and I feel like if I wear it with high-waisted jeans, it's not going to look as cropped, just because of the way the fit. It's got negative ease. It's like a whole thing. Anyway, I think it's going to be fine is what I'm getting at. But I'm loving it, and I can't stop working on it. And I think it's because I just want to get it joined in the round. And then who knows? Like, knowing me, I'll get it joined in the round, and then it'll sit for friggin' ever, because that's how I operate. But anyway, moving right along, that is all the knitting and crochet talk we have to chat about today. So I'm going to move on to acquisitions, and then what I've been reading and watching and life stuff. So if you don't want to hang out for that, thanks for chilling for this part of it. But if you do want to hang around, let's chat some more. My tea has gone cold. I'm not going to sing the Dido song. No, I will not. Anyway, acquisitions. Keeping on. Along with that Ruby and Rose's yarn, I also ordered for the Beauty School sweater from Poison Girls. I ordered same base and everything, her Reputation colorway. Oh, guys, I cannot wait to cast this on. This color is just beautiful, and I feel like because my lighting sucks so bad, it's just like not doing it justice. But oh, I had to shop the Taylor Swift update because this is me, and that's what I do. Tay Tay all day, every day. Peter's obsessed with Tay Tay. We won't get into that. Anyway, Fate's Thread is still having a going out of business sale. I think they're shutting down their shop at the end of the month, so only a couple more days. But they were doing buy one, get four free. And I said to myself, it would be stupid if I did not take advantage of that. So we got this Hercules zipper bag, because I love Hercules. And if you know, you know. So we got Peter Pan. I freaking love Rugrats, and my middle child, Paul, has recently become obsessed with Rugrats, so I had to get some Rugrats also. And then I got myself some ACOTAR, because how do you not, you know? And then because of my lack of Christmas bags, I saw this and I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. It's all of like the old claymation Christmas movie characters. I freaking love that. So those just arrived. I have some more acquisitions coming. But we'll talk about them in the next episode because they will not be here. I think one's coming tomorrow and then one's coming at the end of the month. But I did order some more yarn from Nomadic Yarns to complete my Practical Magic collection. And I ordered the pre-order for 3 by the Seas Hocus Pocus mystery set. So when those come in, we'll talk about them. But let's move on to life, reading, watching, all that jazz. So Keith and I finished this season of MasterChef. Not as exciting as the other seasons. I feel like it hasn't been exciting in a while. We started watching this Netflix documentary about John Gotti. We watched the first episode and it was actually really interesting. So we're just trying to find time to watch episodes 2 and 3. I watched that Lacey Peterson documentary on Netflix. And even though I already knew like the outcome of the case, it was still like, oh god, just like watching that, just like everything that happened, like it just, and maybe it's because I knew, but it's like, how did you not know immediately the husband did it? But that's neither here nor there. I've been watching a lot of Disney Plus, mainly the Eras Tour movie, because Peter is just as Tay-Tay obsessed as ever. And I've been trying to break him from that just a little bit, because as much as I love Taylor Swift, I can't watch the Eras Tour movie again. I really can't. So, we've been watching a lot of Bluey and a lot of the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which has been fun. I've just been catching up on podcasts pretty much every time I get time to watch anything, because I've been falling behind because I got a job. It's just a part-time thing where I am like a secretary essentially for this nonprofit group in town. It's actually the group that I run my knit night through. So yeah, I'm just, you know, a couple hours a day answering emails, sorting memberships, doing all sorts of things. But it eats into my TV watching time because I tend to do that while the baby's napping, just so he's not screaming at me. But I may have to do it later today because I gotta edit this. Luckily, my boss is my friend, and also I'm very lucky to have a very flexible schedule. So I can even do it tonight after back to school night if I want to. But yeah, that's life stuff. Nothing else really. I mean, the boys are in school and they're loving it, and they're still loving karate, and the baby's a maniac who loves Taylor Swift. But yeah, I'm gonna update you on my reading, and then I think we can wrap it up because I need to eat lunch too. I'm starving. Did not eat breakfast. Anyway, since we last chatted, as predicted, that day I finished The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic, and you all need to read this right now. 500 stars. This book was incredible. The ending was perfect. Please, if you love Gilmore Girls, Practical Magic, autumn, cozy New England vibes, do it. Please, I beg you. It was so good. So good. I have been reading a little bit of the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Not a whole lot. It's not drawing me in. But that just could be where my head's at. Anyway. So I started Queen of Shadows. I want to point out that it's been a year since I finished Heir of Fire. Yeah, it took me 1 year to move on to the next book in this series. I had to watch a recap video of what happened in Heir of Fire because I couldn't remember. But yeah, I was feeling the Sarah J. Maas pull, and so I decided, rather than trying to reread ACOTAR for the millionth time, I should try and finish Throne of Glass. So I started Queen of Shadows. I'm loving it so far. I'm 63 pages in. I read that all laying in bed the other night, and I had to force myself to stop because otherwise I would have never gone to sleep. I'm trying to figure out how much to say about this where I don't give away spoilers. You know what? If you want to know my thoughts and you've read them books before, just message me on Instagram. I'll gladly discuss up to this book my feelings about certain characters. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it so far. All I wanted to do yesterday was read my book, but Keith and I came down with this like minor cold, as I talked about earlier, and like my head was killing me yesterday. So there was no reading happening, and I doubt there will be any today, at least not until bedtime, because I am feeling better today, which is good. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything, because all my life is now is just working and babies and running the house and normal mom things. So yeah, if you stuck it out this far, thanks for hanging out with me. Just a reminder, if you're interested in October's clubs, they go live 10 a.m. Eastern time on my Etsy shop on October 1st. Lord of the Rings is The Balrog of Morgoth, and Taylor Swift is Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. And yeah, I think that covers it. So thanks for hanging out for me, hanging out with me. I really need to go back to bed. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Happy knitting. Bye.